Hey there, Randy Walker, WorldTennisMagazine.com. Want to talk about the Paris 2024 Olympic tennis competition, which finished with Novak Djokovic completing the career golden Grand Slam, all four majors and the Olympic gold medal, defeating Carlos Alcaraz 7-6, 7-6 in a riveting final. Steve Flink, who's been watching tennis matches for 50, 60 years, said it was the greatest two-set tennis match he's seen in his life. And Steve certainly knows all about the greatest tennis matches of all time because he wrote the book, The Greatest Tennis Matches of All Time, published by New Chapter Press, available on Amazon.com, etc. You can go to WorldTennisMagazine.com and you can read Steve's analysis and perspective on the famous Djokovic-Alcaraz final, which only Steve Flink can do in his unique way. But it was 12 years to the day that Serena Williams also won her career golden Grand Slam, or clinched her career golden Grand Slam, when she beat Maria Sharapova in the gold medal match at the Wimbledon London Games in 2012, and that's documented in On This Day in Tennis History. And also in my little book, the Olympic Tennis Fact Book, the most recent edition is an ebook. So just showing off my Olympic knowledge and my Olympic facts and so forth. I had the privilege of being the press officer for the U.S. Olympic tennis team at the 1996 Games in Atlanta, the 2000 Games in Sydney, and the 2004 Games in Athens, Greece. And I still have my Atlanta 1996 hat, which I had to show off in this video. And my other Olympic experience was working at the 2016 Games as part of the NBC Sports Olympic tennis coverage behind the scenes. And I'm wearing my Rio 2016 shirt for this video. Unfortunately, I was working out of Stamford, Connecticut, and not Rio de Janeiro, but it was still a great experience. But, there's three things that I came away with at these Olympic Games that really stood out for me. And I'm going to write an article on this on WorldTennisMagazine.com, but I want to post this also on the video as well. But number one is the crowds. The crowds were amazing. I mean, every match was packed on Philippe Chatrier, almost every match. But the crowds were incredible, and they were so enthusiastic, and people were waving flags left, right, and center. Even if their country wasn't being represented in the match that they were watching, they would still wave a Swiss flag or an American flag or a Spanish flag, etc. But the atmosphere was unbelievable. They had a great DJ. Everybody was having a great time, chanting and singing and so forth. And I was going to tweet on my tennis publisher account when I was watching a match on television where the crowd was just crazy. And I was going to tweet, wow, it's a real great Davis Cup atmosphere, at the XYZ match. But then I realized Davis Cup atmosphere is almost gone. I mean, that with the new neutral site formats, and there's no home and away anymore, etc. And it really dawned on me that the real great tennis atmosphere is Olympic tennis. That is the premier atmosphere of national pride tennis crowds. So I think we should start saying, unfortunately, not Davis Cup crowds or Billie Jean King Cup crowds or the old Fed Cup crowds, but really if there's a great crowd at another tournament and they're cheering for their nation, you could really say this is kind of like an Olympic tennis atmosphere, an Olympic tennis crowd. So that was number one. Number two is doubles. Peacock NBC showed so much doubles, and it was just so fun to watch. You don't get to see doubles played even on Tennis Channel. You don't even get to see it. The only time you really get to see doubles is the Grand Slam finals. That's basically it. Maybe, a Davis Cup match or a Billie Jean King Cup match, but it was just so great to watch doubles and how exciting it was and the strategies and so forth. Most people who play tennis play doubles. They want to watch doubles. The reason why that there's no, doubles isn't on TV and doubles is not featured prominently is because none of the stars play doubles because they obviously want to concentrate on singles, and that's where the big payday is and so forth. But the Grand Slams and the ATP and WTA and so forth, they need to come up with a better way to showcase doubles, because I think that's really great for the sport. I've written numerous articles on WorldTennisMagazine.com that they need to start, and some videos too, they need to start doubles at Grand Slam tournaments after the second round. And that way you give opportunities for more star players who lose in the first and second round of the singles to hang around and also play doubles. But if you have the entries, at the beginning, a lot of players aren't gonna want to play doubles because they're worried that it's going to sacrifice their singles. But if they're already out of the singles, they'll say, hey, listen, I want to pick up another check, or I want to hang out for a few days. I wrote about this specifically with regard to mixed doubles, with Emma Raducanu first committing to play with Andy Murray, and then she had to pull out because she was, deeper into the tournament than she expected, and she wanted to rest. But Andy Murray could have played with Katie Boulter or Heather Watson or another British player, who had already lost, earlier in the tournament, and that would have made for great content at Wimbledon. And certainly that would be the case at a lot of other Grand Slams too. So we got to get more star players playing doubles and get it on TV more often. The next thing that I want to talk about, the third thing, is match tiebreakers. I mean, that was also only in doubles, but I think in the mixed doubles, it was 9 of the 16 matches concluded in match tiebreakers. Boy, was that exciting. I mean, you're just hanging on every point. And I tweeted out from @TennisPublisher that Olympic match tiebreakers is the most exciting thing in tennis. Just every point, the determination of the match hangs on almost every point. Not like a traditional 7-point tiebreaker, but, the 10-point tiebreaker, 10-point match tiebreaker, it's a little more elongated and it's not as, as sudden, but it still just was so exciting. So I was, on the edge of my seat. I'm pretty jaded, tennis viewer. I've seen a lot of tennis in my days, and, pretty much neutral. I just love watching great tennis, but I was just jumping out of my chair at some of these doubles matches and these max tiebreakers. I mean, it was just fantastic. So anyway, Olympic crowds, they're the best. Olympic doubles, that's also the pinnacle. Olympic mixed doubles and Olympic doubles, that's the pinnacle of the sport. That has the best fields. You have Carlos Alcaraz and Rafael Nadal playing doubles. You have Andy Murray playing doubles. You had Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul, both in the top 15 in the world. They got the bronze medal. Having the top singles players playing against the double specialists, what an interesting dynamic that is. So, and then also you have the mixed doubles. You have the top players playing, Taylor Fritz and Coco Gauff playing, etc. So that's really the pinnacle of mixed doubles and doubles in the sport of tennis. So the three things that I come out with, and look for my article on WorldTennisMagazine.com, is Olympic crowds, they're the best in tennis. The best national flag-waving crowds in tennis is Olympic tennis. No longer Davis Cup, Billie Jean King Cup, unfortunately. Love those competitions, but reality is reality. Number 2, got to get more singles players playing doubles. Got to get more stars playing doubles. Olympic tennis, that was awesome to watch all this great doubles, and I would try to pick up things that could help my doubles game as I was watching all this great doubles action. And third, match tiebreakers. Love it. Just love it. Those deciding matches in the doubles was just so exciting. The reason why they do it, obviously, is because Olympic tennis is only played over, I think it was 9 days. So you really, a lot of players want to play singles, doubles, and mix, or at least singles and doubles. And you just have to give these players a break, and so they're not, completely exhausted. So giving them that finish line with the match tiebreaker, so they're only playing a max of 2 sets. The singles matches were, of course, best of 3, and there was first to 7 traditional tiebreakers for all those sets. So anyway, but those match tiebreakers were awesome. So anyway, just some thoughts. Wanted to show off my Atlanta 96 hat. I never get to wear it, and my Rio 96 NBC Sports hat. So Randy Walker, World Tennis Magazine. Go to the website, read all the great articles we wrote, and over and out.